Hello everybody, this is Jan Moray with Mental Fitness Now, and I am your mental fitness trainer. So what is a mental fitness trainer? I help you to understand your emotions, to listen to your emotions, and then to decide how you're going to respond to them, or even if you need to respond to them. And today I would like to talk to you about recovering from an unfortunate situation. This is the blog post that I posted on my website today, and my website is mentalfitnessnow.com. You can find it there. But it's about a situation that happened to me, actually two situations. And it was, I had some rings stolen. And losing a ring, especially those rings, they were all meant something to me. The first time I lost, some rings were stolen from me was several years ago. I had just got a divorce from my husband, and I was moving out of the house and moving into my own place. And I had ordered some new furniture, some bedroom furniture, because I didn't have any. And my mother was staying with me at the time to help me out, and she was keeping my two children. They were small. They were about 2 and 5 at the time. And I had gone back to the house to help clean it up because we had sold it and somebody else was moving in. And so I didn't wear my rings because I didn't want to wear them while I was cleaning the house. So I had left the rings in my jewelry boxes, which were on the floor in the room where they were delivering the furniture. So the furniture was delivered, and my mother was there. I was not. I was still at the other house. And, they came and set the furniture up, and then they took off. Then that evening, we were going out to dinner because no time to cook when you're moving and cleaning and all that kind of stuff. And so I went to my jewelry box to get my rings, and they were gone. And I was devastated because one ring I'd had since I was 15 years old. It was a very sentimental ring that my grandmother had given to me. And the other one was my wedding ring. And even though I wasn't wearing it anymore, I didn't want to lose it. And so I was upset, and my mother felt so bad. She apologized up and down. And I said, don't worry about it. It's not your fault. These things happen. So the next day I go to the furniture store and make my claim and say, your delivery people stole my rings. And then he started asking me all kinds of questions. Well, you sure, you were moving? There could have been other people and all this kind of stuff. Get to the point where I was kind of questioning, well, could this have really happened? And you feel bad enough telling somebody, hey, you stole something from me, and then have them to come and say something like that where you're feeling like you're the bad guy. I'm like, no. Your guys stole my rings. Well, they refused to do anything. But they did take the furniture back. I said, take the furniture out of here. It reminds me of my stolen rings and this whole horrible situation. So I never went back to the store because it left such a bad impression on me for that. Fast forward about 20 years, and I'm moving again. This time we're moving into temporary housing because we're remodeling our house. And I had some packers come over to help us do the packing because over 20 years and 4 kids, a bunch of stuff. And so the next day after the packers came in, I went to my jewelry box to get my rings, and I have a ring missing. I'm feeling sad again. I'm feeling, oh no, not again. This time the story's a little different. I call the guy at the moving place and tell him what happened, and he's just as devastated as I am. He's really upset, and he's having his people call me to say maybe I found them somewhere, and he's saying, our policy is to fire the people who do that. Which person was up there? And I said, well, you had 3 guys, and I don't know which one did it. I mean, obviously I didn't see them. There was one guy who was working up there, but he was so friendly. I hate to say that, to even think that he did it, but the owner was just so concerned and everything that I felt so much better, even though I still was mourning the loss of my ring, which I still mourn now because I wore it on this finger and it's gone. But anyway, that was the deal there. And so, we were finishing up the move, and my husband and I were going to finish up the last bit ourselves, but after all this had happened, both of us were just too exhausted to do it. So I called the owner back up and I said, hey, could you bring your guys back over here and finish the move for us? We just don't have the energy to do it. And so, hey, Katya, thank you for joining. And so I said, well, we'd like for you guys to finish the move. And he's like, oh, I feel so bad about this, and you've been so good to us and been so understanding that we're not going to charge you. And I'm like, wow, okay, and he's talking about wanting to fire the people who were moving. And I said, well, I don't know which one did it. And you said 2 of the guys had been with you for a long time, and 2 of the guys were very friendly. The 3rd guy was not, but I can't blame it on him. I didn't see him. And so, don't fire the people. Just, I appreciate your wanting to move us and not charge us anything. And so I'll take you up on the offer and we'll go forward. And so very different impression on me, the way they handled the same type of situation. And with the first company that I worked with, the one that, just refused to admit anything that anything was going on with them, that they had any part of it, that company ended up going bankrupt several years after that. And I couldn't help but go, yes. It was like, serves them right. Because if they treated me that way, they probably treated a lot of other people the same way, where they didn't take care of their customers. And if somebody doesn't care for you, if the people you're buying from doesn't take care of you, you're not going to go back. I never went back to the store, and I used to love going to that store. But with these other people, the way, I called them and let them know what happened. They didn't start accusing me and tried to put blame on me. The guy was like, we try so hard to instill in our people that stealing is just not right, and we don't want those kind of people, and we're going to get rid of them if they do steal. And that company's doing so well, I'm not even worried about having them do business with me again. In fact, when our remodel is done and we move back to our house, we're going to call them and we're going to have them move us, because they've strengthened the relationships between us, because they're in it with us. It's not like it wasn't my problem; it was our problem, and they were there to help with it. And so, look at how you're treating your customers, and even in relationships, any kind of relationship. When somebody comes and tells you that you did something that they don't like, your first impulse is to be upset and say, well, I didn't mean it that way. You're being too sensitive. But when you say things like that, you're not acknowledging that they're feeling sad and they're feeling like somebody did something bad to them. And so, listen to people. If the relationship is important to you, make sure you listen. And even if you don't think you did it, apologize anyway, because that can go a long way for helping your relationship to stay strong. So that's it for now. If you want to read the blog, I just posted it on my website, mentalfitnessnow.com. I'll switch back to that, so you can get how to contact me. And again, I like to call myself a mental fitness trainer, where I help people to deal with their emotions. You might feel, I'm still very upset at losing the rings, but there's nothing I can do about it. I've still got great memories of the people who gave them to me, and I really appreciate the way that business treated me. So that's it for today, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.